Dominica takes health and wellness to the French West Indies, and the Ministry of Agriculture is in high gear implementing projects for this financial year. Thank you for joining us on another edition of National Focus. I'm Jarna Hector. And
I'm Mervin. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after the break.
Thanks for staying with us. The Honorable Minister for Public Works, Ian Pinard, has issued a strong message to operators of heavy equipment. The Honorable Minister, addressing the first of a series of post-budget town hall meetings in Maho earlier this month, noted that the operators were damaging the island's roads by not adopting the correct practices. He warned that these practices are in fact illegal and asked for an immediate stop in the interest of the longevity of the island's roadway.
It's illegal for heavy equipment to be traversing on the main roads. They have to be on either on top of the long bed trucks. They're supposed to be on that. So any excavator that is on the main road, in fact the operator can be ticketed or even arrested for damaging government property. And we want, in fact, we want residents or the general public that if they see that happening, they should actually report it to the police because it's illegal. It's damaging the infrastructure of the roads. So in fact, that's a good point, and I'm really hoping that persons out there can hear us, and persons who are doing it, be mindful that you can be fined and even arrested for damaging government property, which is the main road.
Dominica is targeting the French West Indies as a means of expanding its tourism product through health and wellness. President of the Dominica Spa Health and Wellness Association, Dr. Luce, has begun promoting health and wellness treatments in the neighboring island of Guadeloupe and Martinique. She says health and wellness is big business and can complement Dominica's tourism product, adding diversity, especially when the cruise season ends.
What we can do and what we can easily do is same thing: organize wellness excursions, create packages. Doesn't have to be complicated, simple. Organize packages and invite the people to come and partake of that. Once they come, the hotels are going to receive them. The taxi drivers are going to have work. The trail guides are going to have work. The tour guides are going to have work. You know, everybody's going to have work, more work.
Having lived in the French West Indies for many years, Dr. John says the French are the ideal candidates for such a product, which in turn can add millions of dollars to Dominica's gross domestic product.
Guadeloupe and Martinique, when they speak about Dominica, they see the mountains, they see the falls, they see the products. You know, especially the products. They love Dominica products. And they love Dominica foods because when they think of organic, they think of Dominica. And for us, that is business. And we must capitalize on that. For example, Guadeloupeans and Martinicans will come to Dominica and they will look for our creams. They will look for our balms or local products. And this is good because, as I said before, the fragrance is different from what you find in Guadeloupe or what they order from France or anywhere else.
She says with all tourism stakeholders involved, the initiative can bear fruit within the next year.
Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the St. Joseph constituency, Kelva Daru, says the ongoing rehabilitation of the Kahome feeder road is another demonstration of government's interest in the island's farmers. Honorable Daru made the comment while speaking to GIS News last week following a visit to the project site. The minister anticipates improved productivity when the project is complete.
The farmers, both in agriculture, in terms of the subsector of bananas, dasheen, and other crops, the poultry and the pork farmers, this government has made a significant contribution in this financial year to ensure that we continue to develop the agricultural sector, because agriculture is still of utmost importance to this government. We understand the challenges that we have been faced, and it is quite aware that the black signet token and other diseases have impacted on us quite heavily. But as a government, we've remained resilient, we've remained focused, and we've continued to invest heavily in the agricultural sector so that we can continue to feed ourselves, continue to feed the region and the wider world by extension. So all this is an effort, I must say, to bring much relief to the farmers of this country and to continue to chart the way forward for the agricultural sector, which is important not only to this constituency, but to Dominica by extension.
Over $515,000 was approved by the Honorable Prime Minister for Phase 2 of the Cahome Feeder Road project last month. You're watching National Focus. Coming up next, the Trade Minister clears the air on the geothermal project. Stay with us.
Children, remember, adults should not ask you to keep secrets that make you feel uncomfortable. For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Welcome back. With over $46 million allocated to agriculture in the 2015-2016 national budget, the Ministry of Agriculture is in full gear with the implementation of some of its projects. GIS News sat down with Director of Agriculture Ricky Brumant to discuss some of those projects and the way forward for the agriculture sector.
Director of Agriculture Ricky Brumant, it's a new financial year for agriculture with so many millions of dollars being allocated in this year's budget. I know we have some plans under the BAM, the Banana Accompanying Measures, as well as dealing with black sigatoka and I think the newest scale insect. Tell us, what is agriculture's plan going forward?
Like you said, there are a few $1 million, quite a bit of money set aside for agriculture this year, for, of course, the development of the sector, but by extension for the development of the people of the country. And there's this saying that of whom much is given, much is expected. And so there's always the expectation of the agricultural sector to provide for jobs, provide for food, to provide for foreign exchange earnings, employment. And so this year again, this is on government's agenda to ensure that the country develops along those lines. So we can speak to cocoa, we can speak to coffee, we can speak to infrastructural development. Essentially, we can speak to work towards the fixing of or rehabilitation of feeder roads. We have already seen the implementation of the banana expansion program that started with the giving to farmers support for that. So it involves planting material, imported planting material, fertilizer support and other material support to ensure that they do it right. And so this is for bananas. We will have to continued black sigatoka management because this is one of the fundamental ways to ensure that we can achieve or obtain from the banana and plantain sectors what we hope to get in terms of increased productivity, increased production. So a number of farmers are supported in this area. There are more plans to be given out. And so this will not necessarily stop just now. We would like to ensure that most of our banana farms have new planting material, renewed vigor, new genetic material. And so that is where we're pointing. We will actually start coffee propagation to start putting onto our fields. So this is some of the areas. We will continue work on cocoa. We will continue work, of course, with building farmer capacity, with building our own staff capacity. As we speak, there's this ongoing computer training that divisional-wide we are doing. And so just to build the capacity of staff to deliver better reports, to be able to deliver on data better, this has been one of our constraints. And so we are preparing our staff to be able to meet the demands by our clients, the demands by the public sector, by the demands by our farmers and our farm families. Work on the agricultural census will continue. As a matter of fact, we've had training of supervisors, and so there's a number of areas of activities on associated with the census that will be rolled out. One area I have not yet touched on is essentially the abattoir as well. The abattoir is essentially done. Very minor work remains to be done, and so the production component is vitally important. And this year the government have actually set aside $4 million to look towards pig and pork and poultry production, pork and poultry production. And so farmers again are very important in this. And so the mechanism for lending to farmers, the support, financial support they need, is being worked out. There are already farmers in production, but as to increasing the capacity, this is where we're looking at. And so again, not only the abattoir is going to provide employment for its operation, but we're going to have the downstream employment increased when farmers again employ people on farm. And so it's a win-win situation for the country. It's a win-win situation for farmers. And this is an exciting area for us. The idea of putting Dominica on the table through our own meat production is important. We will not rely so much on imports if Dominicans are minded to eat what is local. And we're looking forward to that. We will be appealing to them, look, this is a more wholesome commodity. Commodities that are produced locally, but with very hygienic parameters considered.
The Honorable Minister for Trade, Ian Douglas, has reminded the people of the Roseau Valley and Dominicans that government will pursue and complete its mission to produce geothermal energy on the island. The Honorable Minister dispelled the recent talk that the project was being shut down. At a town hall meeting in the Roseau Valley last week, he assured that movement of equipment from the area is not a sign of the end of the project.
That equipment belonged to the Iceland Drilling Company, and that was only the drill rigs being moved out of the sites because we have finished with the exploration and production phase of the program. And so the drill rigs have been moved out because we have completed that aspect of the program. And this small geothermal power plant, like the Prime Minister have said in the budget, will be commissioned by 2018 and will reduce our dependence on diesel and should reduce the cost of electricity to the consumers. It will also serve as a pilot project and a demonstration plant for the development of the large geothermal power plant which will come in the future to supply power to Martinique and Guadeloupe later.
The Labour Party government believes in fair and equal opportunities for all. The Honourable Minister for Education and Human Resource Development, Peter Sejan, says the government of Dominica believes that all students should get equal opportunities to further their education at the Dominica State College. Honourable Sejan was addressing the official orientation ceremony for the 2015 September semester of the DSC on Monday.
Because while many believe that the government of Dominica should not assist many of the disadvantaged families around the island, I want to state here that we believe within the Dominica Labour Party that everybody must be given an equal opportunity to access quality education. And we will not apologize for helping the poor people of Dominica.
According to Honorable Seja, the only criteria for those seeking assistance from government to attend university is an associate's degree from the DSC.
We have taken a conscious decision as government that in order for one to access financing for university education outside of Dominica, or possibly within Dominica, since we have the UE Open Campus, it is important to attend the Dominica State College. We must take seriously our own indigenous institutions here on island. And so one of the prerequisites for accessing funding for out-of-state study is that one must attend the Dominica State College. So the issue of issuance of scholarships to our students, to our young people, one of the prerequisites to get yourself a scholarship to go to China or Venezuela or to access funding is that you must complete your degree program, your associate program at Dominica State College.
The Honorable Minister for Education applauded the freshmen who are now entering the DSC, stating that they have made the right choice.
I want to congratulate you for recognizing that after getting 10 subjects at the CSEC, or possibly 4 or 5, that you did not choose to go to the Barbados Community College or travel to St. Martin and find yourself in a college of much lesser worth than Dominica State College, but you recognize that if we are to develop our country, we must be true as Dominican nationals to what is Dominican. Thank you for recognizing the value and the worth of Dominica State College, for registering here, but please, importantly, make Dominica State College proud within the next 2 or 2.5 years, when you will have graduated with honors, when you will have excelled and achieved the highest that DSC has to offer.
Before we leave, an announcement from the Department of Local Government and Community Development. All residents of Goodwill are invited to a community meeting on Thursday, August 27 at 5:30 p.m. at the Goodwill Secondary School. The purpose of the meeting is to select a new executive to serve on the Goodwill Development Committee. Play your part and be there. And the Adult Education Division invites the public to an open day exhibition this Friday, August 28 at its office on Kennedy Avenue opposite Agri Sales. You are invited to feast your eyes on floral arrangements, cakes, pastries, traditional headpieces, wines and punches, woodwork, sewing and vegetarian dishes. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is next with the Creole highlights.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à ces nouvelles en créole, non moins c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, le gouvernement Dominique a tapé bon compliment pour assister à la compagnie de l'eau de Wasco. Parole ça là sorti officier relations publiques pour la compagnie là, M. Edward Regis.
Comme ça, Dawasco c'est une compagnie gouvernement. Avec Dawasco qui travaille avec le gouvernement parce que le gouvernement même nous policy pour ça faire certain qu'il y a un professionnel en toute famille en Dominique c'était il y a un temps pour ça fait ça mais gouvernement qui travaille ensemble avec Dawasco tous les jours pour faire certain qu'il nous mène global mon tout en Dominique avec nous aussi, qui supporter le gouvernement pour faire cette qui nous a fait ça nous paye pour NDP.
Honnête nouvelle, le gouvernement Dominique a tapé bon compliment pour travailler à ce Chimeka Home. Parole celle-là, sur le contracteur à ce projet-là, Andrew Dennis.
Moi, je dis, Chimé, ça là, c'est un morceau Chimé. Prime Minister nous garde bien près. Because il s'est il est et bon pied bien prêché. So, en temps difficile comme ça, l'argent pas available. Pour que ça fait l'argent ça là available pour nous taper chimé ça là en temps ça là. Mon quoi, mon pour ça gouvernement là a dit, c'est ça il a fait. Il pas qu'à en parler, il pas qu'à mettre travail à ce terre là. So, moi je dis travail ça là commencé à peu près 2 semaines nous avons fait toute fondation là so nous avons vidé concrète là mais nous pas en vider mais nous avons bail 6 pouces qui fait est plus garante pour futur là. So, nous avons fait 7 ans, nous faisons un bon travail. Nous avons à peu près 9 personnes employés là. L'autre côté là, sur l'autre projet là, nous avons 9 8. So, ça fait un bon manière pour employment, pour constituency là. Because vous savez, là, on parle de en constituency, il est pour faire nécessaire pour faire travail available.
En d'autres nouvelles, ministre de l'Éducation, Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, qui a fait parole que State College Dominica bien one l'avantage pour étudiants qui ont étudié en institution cela. Honorable Saint-Jean fait parole cela pendant la cérémonie d'orientation qui dépend place learning. Selon le ministre Saint-Jean, le gouvernement a continué pour action pour assurer que tout étudiant tape succès hors opportunité State College Dominica offert. Record a aussi montré que 92% d'étudiants qui attendaient State College Dominique tapaient assistance au gouvernement. Honorable Saint-Jean dit aussi que le gouvernement a fait assurer que pièces étudiants pas quitter State College Dominique passe par un ayo passe à Ford. Honorable Saint-Jean m'a fait parole pour ces étudiants-là qui bon garde autant nécessaire pour y taper assistance au gouvernement. Et puis, finalement, la grande dame des chansons antillaises, Ophélia Olivache Marine, quant à la recognition pendant le Festival Creole Mondial l'année 2015. Rôle Salah, sur le officier de relations publiques pour le Festival Comité Dominique, Leroy Wadix Charles.
Eh bien, Ophélia, c'est un grand chanteur, c'est la grande chanteuse antillaise. Il a déjà fait des affaires dans la musique danse. Et c'est un de ces gens-là spécialement qui fait style musique danse et pas style musique danse seulement, mais femme en musique créole qui West Coast parce que c'est les vignes à la musique là. Les vignes à la musique là étaient en genre les plus noms de la chanson de voici. Tout le monde a vu c'est non. Mais les Ophélia Vini était une femme qui maillait déjà. Il mettait en petit féroir la rue qui est ouverte pour femmes. Soit après ça, toutes ces femmes-là qui ont chanté, Joyce Tembewa, Edith Lefel qui bon, toutes ces femmes-là qui ont chanté, Léla Chico, Princess Nova, c'est Ophélia qui est ouvert chimère là pour eux. Et ça c'est pourquoi nous choisissons pour établir l'honneur. Ça c'est samedi le 31 octobre, là il va mettre ce pack. Et d'accord, on ouvre, et d'accord pour pas seulement pour recognition là, mais il décide pour venir à Martinique et Guadeloupe pour des peuples là, pour descendre plus, pour faire tout le monde connaître le festival, c'est le premier festival là.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour Nouvelle Creole. Pour à présent, non moins, c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, how to know what your headache means.
Child abuse is unacceptable. Child abuse is not cultural, it is criminal. And one child abuse is one too many.
For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
When you have a headache, it most likely means one of 3 things depending on which part of your head hurts. If the top hurts, that may mean that you need to drink water or eat.
If the front of your head hurts, that could mean that you need more sleep. And if the back hurts, that may be a sign to reduce the sources of stress in your life.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm.
Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News Desk, I'm Mervin.
And I'm Jarna Hector. Thank you for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.